Hello, welcome to Lake Street Garden Center. We're here in the greenhouses towards the end of February, and we're starting to get ready for flower show season. We grow plants for a lot of the local flower shows in the area, and you know, what says spring, like a nice maidenhair fern all ready to go. We've also got a lot of the other native ferns, like the ostrich fern behind us, coming into bloom. One of the first things to break the soil in the springtime. We're going to be having a flower show tour very shortly, beginning of March, and I'd just like to show you a few of the things. We'll have a lot more in bloom by then. The trick with the flower show, we don't want it in bloom till right before we're ready to ship to the flower show, so that's why we try to time the tours so that you can get the best glimpse of things before they get shipped off to the flower shows. I'll show you a few things that we do that are kind of interesting. We have here some tomato plants that are getting ready to go to the spring flower shows, all fruited up. And right behind those we actually have some trees starting to leaf out, some ash trees and a few birch trees over there that we've heated up to try to get along. As well as on the far bench, you may notice there's some unusual echium, typically native to the Mediterranean, and if we can get those in bloom, they'll have nice iridescent blue spikes on them. I'm hoping that by the time the show comes along, we might actually have some of those in bloom for you to see. I'll take you down here real quick. This is one of our warmer greenhouses. We also have others, but we use a lot of different temperatures to bring these plants along. You'll notice the trick is that when you go to the local flower shows, you want to think spring. And you know, here we go. We've got some yarrow just about coming into bloom, and this is, you know, a perennial plant. We have a lot of perennial plants that typically you wouldn't see in bloom this time of year. And of course, that's the idea. We all want to kind of jumpstart and get a breath of spring before it's really here. Some of these are stilbees, you'll notice, are all nice and budded up, and hopefully those will be in bloom in time for the show. Okay, here we have some delphiniums coming along for some of the New England flower shows. And of course, this is one of the more difficult crops because it takes so long to start them and grow them. But we have some coming along right behind me, and hopefully by the time people get in for the tour, we'll have some nice ones of those in full bloom to take a peek at. Let me show you a couple other things in this greenhouse. This greenhouse is about 10 degrees cooler than the one we were just in. Some plants we like to grow a little bit cooler. I can show you a few other things in here that are kind of neat. Here we have some of the Campanula persifolias. This one is Champion White. We'll take a look at some of these. We have some of these getting ready for another flower show down below. I can show you with a little bit more color on them, but you can just see all the buds on those ready to go, and they're going to be pretty impressive once they're in bloom. Nice creeping thyme, make nice ground covers for somebody. Some sedums, nice smelling heliotrope, smell real nice this time of year, and actually some Nicotiana Langsdorffii, which is a really interesting tall Nicotiana, as well as the lupins, which I suspect a lot of those will probably go up to Portland to the main flower show. You know, those actually, there's a couple here starting to show a little bit of color, and they've got a nice bud count on these this year, so there should be some nice ones in bloom. Why don't we take a look down at some of the cooler greenhouses and see what we can find down there. Here behind me we have some foxgloves. Most of them are still growing, but we have quite a few in spike there. We'll probably be cooling down today. But again, we have to grow a lot of these to get a few of them that are show quality. So when you go to the flower show, there's a lot of them that didn't make it, just because it's not always a consistent crop in terms of getting a show quality plant. The ones that we get that are beautiful, there's quite a few that we don't get, and most people never see those. But anyhow, we have some nice ones coming along, and the other ones are starting to throw some flower spikes, so with any luck we'll have a decent crop of them this year. And something real interesting over here, I don't know if anybody knows what this is. It's a geranium. This is Geranium matarense. It's probably one of the largest geraniums I know of. Real interesting texture, and I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off or not, but if we're lucky, we can get a real big flower that comes up out of here about that wide with a whole bunch of little flowers on it. We're hoping we're going to get it. I don't know, we're cutting it close, but we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully you'll see these in Boston at the flower show there. Okay, this is kind of what we're shooting for down here. This is one of our cooler greenhouses that we run probably around I would say just above freezing, actually, so we really have to be careful with this greenhouse. We have a cold alarm in here in case something goes wrong. as we do with all of our greenhouses, but this one's especially critical because we've only got a couple degrees of leeway. Here's that Nicotiana Langsdorffii we're looking at, a little bit fuller in bloom. It's kind of neat. And behind us there's also some of the campanula that we were talking about ready to ship. We'll have quite a few more plants to look at in here soon. Some nice spring snapdragons, or springish looking, it's not spring yet, as well as some nice tall dianthus down here. Nice splash of vibrant pink, and a lot of rose shrubs and lilacs getting all ready to go. We've got What a Peach Rose, and I think, I'm not sure, it looks like maybe the Pocahontas lilac possibly behind there, as well as a few hostas. But a lot of nice color in here. Some hollyhocks, I'm sorry, some Althea zebrina down in the back there, and some sweet alyssum I can smell from here. Anyhow, we'd like to invite you down to the Flower Show tour. We can kind of walk you through, tell you how we do all this stuff, and at the same time hopefully get you that much closer to spring. Hope to see you then.